What's up, YouTube? My bad for the absence. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just been like lazy and I just haven't been making tutorials. Uh, that's about it. But I'm here now, so I'm gonna teach you guys how to make your 808s and your kicks like really like bang, like really hit hard. So I'm gonna go over the Fruity Parametrics EQ2, and I'm going to go over how to find the key. I believe, yeah, the key of your 808 and everything and all that stuff. And before I start, I just want to like let you know that like everybody has a different way of mastering, and everybody has a different way of making their instrument sound hard. You know what I mean? So you could follow my way, but you can also just customize it and make it your own way. Like I'm pretty sure, like I have my own way of mastering and making my music hit hard, and then I'm pretty sure that like somebody else has their own way of making their music hit hard. You know what I mean? So it's all really up to you. It's all up to the producer. You know what they want to make hard and everything like that. So that sounded kind of gay, but it's whatever. So alright, so and like I said, we're going to be using only stuff of the Lex Luger kit as that one. That's the kit that's like you can get that anywhere. So I'm not going to make it unfair and use my personal kit. I'm just going to use the Lex Luger kit, and this is the John Mello kit, which is basically the Lex Luger kit, but with some added sounds like this shit. But it's basically this kit right here. So let's open it up. Let's drag a kick in here. So when choosing your kick, you don't want to like choose a kick like by this. This is a little blurry. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think this kick is good. This is more of a like acoustic kind of kick, but it still has that punch to it. Let's drag that in the kick slot, and then we want to get an 808 as well. And okay, we find that here. Let's just use let me see. I guess we can use this one. Whatever. And then you want to drag this in the middle of your kick and your clap, so it goes right in the middle of those two. So as you see here, we have that, and we have that. So let's just start with the kick first. So with the kick, and sorry if my voice kind of goes like in and out. I just moved houses and my desk right now is a little weird. So yeah, but so let's start with the kick. So basically it should start you off in the sampler screen, maybe, I don't know. And you want to go to the instrument property screen. If you look up here, it'll show it. It's INS. And you want to drag the attack time, which is this button right here. You want to drag this down there, and what this will do is it'll make it so that if you like, the longer that you hold it, the longer it'll play, but it won't play forever. You know what I mean? So you can hold it like that, or it'll stop. It's more you'll be able to hear better on the 808. So I'll show you that on the 808. So after you drag this down there, you want to drag the release time like that. Actually, no, yeah, like that. And then you want to drag the sustain level up like that, so that it makes some kind of a box. So again, it's the attack time. You want to drag that down, release time down, and sustain up. Now you want to go to here where it says LFO, and you want to go to the shape pulse, which is this one right here, and you want to take this attack time and drag it down here. So now we set up this, so both of these should be like looking like some squares, okay? And then you go down here, and this is basically the keyboard where we're gonna find out what sound our instrument is, and we're gonna put that on the correct key. Doing this will clean up how it sounds and everything. So if you press Q, it'll play C5 or whatever. So let's go here back to the sampler screen, and you want to right click, and you want to go to edit. And when you do that, it should bring up Edison right here. Now once Edison is selected, you want to right click it, go to regions, and you want to detect pitch regions. So as you see, basically everything in the Lex Luger kit is pretty much already keyed up to the C key. But a lot of times your kicks or your 808s, even most of the time it'll be your 808s. They'll be not on the C. They'll be like on the E or the G or whatever. So I'm just gonna give you an example like right now. So let's pretend that this kick key is not on C but it's on E. So you want to go back to the instrument properties, and this is very important so that you don't fuck up. You want to right click. Okay, so you want to right click and you want to find the correct one. You can go actually to miscellaneous, and it'll show you the root note. So we said that. So we're going to pretend that this kick is on the E property. So we know we're on the C. You want to right click it until you find E5. You don't have to go to like E4 or whatever. Just go to E5. Like, ignore the number. Pay attention to the letter. So we're on E, and this kick will be E. But right now our kick is actually C. So we're gonna just bring it back to the C, and it'll be keyed out. So that's how it sounds on the C. And if you bring it up to the E, it'll sound a little deeper. That's basically what it does. So you want to do that and just leave everything here as it is. So now we have that basically keyed out, I guess you could say. So let's go and do the same for the 808. So we want to drag the attack down, release down, and sustain up. Go to LFO, drag that down, and now you want to find the key, which again, everything on this should be on the C. It's gonna go regions and text pitch regions. Oh no, so this is good. This is good. So this one right here, the Lex Luger 808 is not on the C. It's on G sharp. So you want to go to miscellaneous and you want to find G sharp. Okay, so we're on E, F, F sharp, G sharp. So now when we press it, it'll sound a lot deeper. And now you can actually hear that the attack time. See, if you hold it down, it'll play longer. Hold it, let it go, it'll stop. Like that. Okay. And this can be used for any instrument, and this will give you the ability to slide the instrument. So if you put it on a snare and you drag the attack down, and you basically just do all the same to that snare, then you'll be able to slide it. And I'll introduce sliding in like another tutorial, which probably takes some more months. But I'm gonna try to do this a little more frequently. So now we have that here. So we have our kick optimized and our 808 optimized. Let's just bring this to about an eighth pattern, and we're just gonna drag this into here. So we have a nice little pattern to go by. All right. So now what we're gonna do is we're going to open up our mixer. Now when our mixer is open, what we're going to do is we're going to go to Edison. See here, we don't need Edison anymore, so we can actually put that to none. And now the limiter right here, you don't want this. The limiter, it will keep everything from hitting a high decibel point, but you don't want a limiter on your track, to be honest. What? Okay, sorry. Okay. Anyway, so you don't want. Sorry, that was my Twitter. You don't want a limiter on the track. So you want to set this to none, and so now everything will become a lot more quiet. That's what you want, basically. So now we're gonna work on EQing the kick. Okay. So you want to go here and assign a free mixer track, or it should already be on track 1, or track 1. But we just did that, and so it'll give it a whole new track. Track 5, its own name and all that other jazz. So go here and you want to go to 3D parametric EQ. Now I already have like something set up. Like I already have my own like flame kick, and that comes with a bunch of things, but we're only going to focus on EQing and using Camel Crusher, I guess you could say. So, and a lot of people talk shit about Camel Crush. I like Camel Crush. I don't use it a lot anymore, but I like it. I use it for my kicks and my 808s. Anyway, so don't listen to like other producers when they talk shit about Camel Crush or anything like that. You don't need them. Oops, my bad. So anyway, oh shit. Okay, hold on. Okay. So now what we want to do is we want to bring in the 3D parametric EQ2. And so now if we look, we'll have this play on like that on every 4th key or whatever, or every 8th, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, like that. So you see here on this, what this is basically showing us is where all of the frequencies are. Okay, Now the one frequency is usually like on the bass side, and the 7 is usually on the treble side. Bring that up, it'll sound like a lot more trebly. Bring it down, it'll sound like it's being enclosed like in a bubble kind of shit. So you want to just kind of leave this where it is for now. Now you want to bring this, and you just want to bring it down to kind of cut it off. Like you don't want any of this low end frequency. It's all trash. And you want to left click this, and you just want to drag it down till you get that little ramp right there. And then you want to left click the bottom until it's at the 4. This is going to make a sharp cliff, and this is going to clean up what you want. So let's listen to it off, and then on. There's the difference. I don't know if you can hear it, but I can. So now you want to drag up the 2. And you just want to drag this up here like that. So now you hear more of a difference. And now the 3, you can kind of just like play around with it. See that? It's a little bubbly. And that's a little more clear. What you want are clear sounds. So you want to drag this down too, maybe? No. Let's leave that where it is, probably. Yeah. It's like that. And then before you drag that down, I'm kidding. Don't basically like don't even mess with anything over here. So now we have this kind of like EQ'd or whatever. So now let's go to the 808, and now we're going to EQ this. So I'm going to go here and assign, and we're not going to even. I talked about how we're going to use Camel Crusher. We're not going to use that in the video. We're just going to stick with the fruity parametrics. That's it. So now we're going to go to the 808, and with the 808, you don't want to set it on this only. You want to make it so that it'll be on the piano roll, because if you set it to this, it's going to overlap. I'll let you hear it. It sounds really bad. See? So if you just set it to the piano roll, it won't do that anymore. Like that. So you want to assign this a row, which you already did, and then you want to open up fruity parametrics again. So now this is going to be a little different. As you can see, it has a lot of low bass and literally no like treble at all whatsoever, and it doesn't sound any different. So what we're going to do is just we're going to turn that off, turn that off, turn that off. So we have 1, 2, 3, and then 7, and then we're going to make 7 a cliff like that. I'm just going to drag that down. Now what we want to do is we want to get all this low end out of here. So again, basically the same thing as we did with the kick, like that. So now we have like just regular bass. Basically, we don't have any of that low muddy bass. Now we don't want any low muddy bass, because that is what is going to really kill our track. We want just a regular bass like that. So play around with this until you find a nice, comfortable spot. And now you want to take the 2, you just want to drag that up. Now this basically makes it louder or makes it quieter. So, find a nice medium. And same for the 3 if you want. And now for the 7, just drag it down until it sounds good. Okay, so now let's just play it on like different keys to see how it is. Alright, so that's pretty clean. I don't know if you guys can hear, but that's pretty clean. So now we're going to hear on the kicks and the 808 put together, and it should be exceedingly clean, and the kick should really hit. Okay. So just want to kind of just keep on playing around with it. And you know what? We're gonna get a little bit into Camel Crush. We might as well. So anyway, so now we're back inside of the kick one, and now we're gonna just drag in Camel Crush, and we're gonna go all the way to the British clean, take off distortion, and now Camel Crush is gonna make it hit even harder, like that. So now it definitely hits hard. It definitely like cuts through. Now for the 808, we want to just turn it down. We don't really need all that power, to be so honest. A lot can be done when you're inside of this mixer and you turn down instruments. You can really open up pathways for other instruments to kind of cut through. See, if it's all the way up, it sounds really blurry and the kick is kind of like masked over. So we just turn that down to a nice little hum. It still has bass in it. This is exactly what we want. Now you can even turn on the kick if you want to, if it's a little too loud for you also. But alright, so that's about it. If you want, you can go in and add a Camel Crusher to the 808 also, but I feel as if I don't really need to. You know, it's pretty fine how it is. But alright, that's pretty much it. So I'm just going to do a quick little overview of everything that we did, so you guys know exactly what I did. I might have gone too fast, so I'm just going to do a quick little instant replay, basically, of what I did. So we went here to the instrument property screen for the kick, and we dragged down the attack time, and then we dragged down the release time, and then we dragged up the sustain level, and went to the LFOs, and then we went to this square right here, and we dragged down this part, the second one. Then after that, we had checked what key it was in by right-clicking on this waveform, and then pressing edit, and then right-clicking regions, and detect pitch region, and we saw that it was in the C key, so we had exit out because C is a pretty because C is the key that it's in, so that's what we want our keyboard to be in right here. And then we had went to the 808, and then we did the same thing, and then we went back to the sampler and we did edit, and we detected the pitch region again. Oops, wrong one. I did not want to do that. Pitch region. And it was on G, so we went here and we put it on G sharp. Yeah, it was on G sharp, so we put it on G sharp, and then we went back to the kick, and then we applied the 3D Parametrics EQ2, and we put all this on. We kind of messed around with this, dragged this ramp down by left clicking and then doing that, and dragging it all the way down to the 4, messed around with that, made it clearer, and then we did the same for the 808. And that's pretty much it. So now I guess I should show you guys like my own kit, my own stuff that I use. So I go here and then I just go to Flame Kick, and you see this is basically everything that I use. My stuff actually does it looks a little different, but that's because this is my own personal way. I just gave you guys a basic overview of how you should do it. You guys can do it a totally different way if you want. You guys can do it your own way if you want. It's not my song, is your song. You have to find your own way to really do it. I just gave you a nice starting point, but you got to find your own way to do it. So my kicks, I went on it, but my kicks, they really hit home basically. That's because I have Maximus and Fruity Blood Overdrive on. See, without it sounds like poop. With it sounds good. It's like that. Maximus is basically this right here, and we'll probably get into that in another time. And Blood Overdrive, it basically just kind of makes it louder, but not too loud. I guess you could say. I can't really explain it. I barely know what it does. All I know is that it sounds better with it. And then for the 808s, I have two selections. I have a 808 for distortion, which I'm still working on, so it sounds really bad. And then I have just a regular Flame 808. I'm going to use this one. I'm just going to turn off distortion that I have here. And now you can hear this. Like this one really bangs, and the Fruity EQ is like a little hill or whatever. So with all these put together, it sounds like the kick really does slam through, and the 808's really hitting home basically. And as you can see, I still have no limiter or anything on it. So that's pretty much it. So that's how you master. That's that's a starting point to mastering your own kicks and your own 808s. As I said, everything is included in the Lex Luger pack, kick forward, Lex 808 booming thing. It's all inside of it, so you can find it. Just kind of like do your own thing when it comes to mastering, and you should be good. Now, here's a note: like, you will not learn mastering overnight. Like, I just showed you what every other underground producer is doing to master their stuff. You know what I mean? Which is this is shit that they won't tell you. You know, it's lame, but this is shit that they won't tell you. But I just told you everything that other people are doing. Now, you don't have to listen to me. You can go about your own way and do it your own thing. You know what I mean? But, you know, keep in mind that you won't learn mastering overnight. Like, it took me a whole year to learn what I just showed you in about 20 minutes. It took me a whole year to learn what I just showed you. So you're not going to learn this overnight. You know, it's going to be a very long process. But once you really get that ear for it and that sound for it, you'll be able to hear the like slight differences in like instruments. Like, basically the point of mastering is to just have everything cut through clean, and not have anything be overpowering. That's the point. I know some niggas be having their beats like just blasting, booming, just loud as shit. I don't really fuck with that. But alright, so that's about it. So, you know, let me know what you guys think in the comments. You know, like, subscribe, you know, all that usual shit that people on fucking YouTube be saying. But alright, so I will see you guys in the next tutorial. I don't know what I'm doing for the next one, but when I do, I'll let you know on Twitter. Follow me, FlameAlkahest's, you know, the usual. But alright, see you guys later.